AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. You know who I be.
AllBall suckers.
You know who that is. And we are back. We're back to our reactions. I had something to know in mind, AllBall.
Yeah, what's going on? Talk to me.
You know, I always say I don't watch college ball like that. I was never a fan of it. Some of it was kind of just because it was predatory, watching kids to me, and kids that don't pan out a lot of times. And throughout the years, it always felt like I'm watching Danny Manning come to the league, #1 pick, Joe Smith, Christian Laettner, and just a lot of guys come to the league, and I'm like, this is the guy you guys hyped up? And another guy that was hyped up growing up, and you know I'm Dominicano all day, que lo que, Felipe Lopez. The hype with him was crazy in the city. And
might be one of that might be the biggest hype all time. I mean, at that time, well deserved though. I'm not going to disrespect him. At that time, well deserved.
Well deserved, and you had other guys in the city like STEPHON Marbury, who I feel like were getting outshined by Felipe Lopez, or at least the hype. I don't know about the play because I wasn't there to watch it in high school, but the shine was like LeBron hype back then.
Yeah, but I was there for that. I kind of disagree. I don't think he shined STEPHON Marbury because Marbury was Marbury. He wasn't called Starbury for a reason. He was a superstar since the age of 11, 12 years old. So, you know, if we want to be technical, Felipe Lopez overshined everybody. If you really want to think about it, his high school era, it was all about Felipe. But STEPHON Marbury, still great at Lincoln, went to Georgia Tech, and then the rest is history. So I don't really think he overshined, per se, STEPHON Marbury because Marbury still had all the hype in the world. But Felipe Lopez was the biggest thing. And, you know, people fail to realize that as great and as big as Paul's LeBron James was in high school, that wasn't nowhere near as close as to what Felipe Lopez was. And maybe that has to do with him being Dominican and just having the whole country support. But big shout out to LeBron James. But when it comes to high school and hype and just out of this world, nobody was bigger than Felipe Lopez.
And I'm glad you said that because Marbury was still there. There's other kids in that are currently being recruited who aren't getting the hype, even though Marbury got his hype, because the one kid that's being recruited and is just talked about.
I know where you're going.
He's a shoo-in for the #1 draft pick. And again, like I said, I don't like watching college ball. I never like watching college ball, and I don't like watching high school because it's like, dude, how do these kids really pan out? Cooper Flagg right now is being touted as the #1 pick. And for me, all I hear is you guys learning from you guys. He was supposed to reclassify and play the 17-year-olds. He never did that. He stayed with the 16-year-olds. His mom was a coach. His mom was a former athlete. Used to play ball too. She was killing back in the day. He's from Massachusetts. He ended up going to a very popular high school. I think it was Overt or something like that. But the point is, he's another guy, another one of these Instagram dudes who look how what happened with Bronny. And look what you think about Bryce right now. You're thinking the same thing's repeating itself. For me, it feels like Cooper Flagg, even looking at Charlotte Dorian 82, I watched how he broke down a scouting video with Cooper Flagg, and it was like, he's kind of flawed that much when he was playing Cameron Boozer just now. And Cameron Boozer was giving him the business. And just, they're comparing him to Andre Kirilenko and I think other defensive guys in the league. And I'm like, so he's all this, but when you watch, it's like, where the instincts at? Okay, offensively, he got a handle. he can dunk and everything. But again, like Dorian 82 pointed out, he was doing that against 16-year-olds. When it came to Cameron Boozer, who was NBA ready scouted dude, he's starting out shine guys like that in a similar fashion to what we always talk about. How Bron got up there is really my question is Cooper Flagg the last test for these IG type of American players? Because we see Wemby, we see the Paris, the French Revolution happening in basketball. And America seems like it's going for IG. It's a fact the only test for the rest of these American players just utilizing Instagram to get the #1 traffic.
This is tough, man. Wow. So I'm gonna say this. Cooper Flagg is definitely being hyped. I don't want to go so far as saying overhyped yet. I don't want to go as far as saying overrated yet. But we rarely see, guys like that be great in the NBA. You have Larry Bird, you have Dirk, you now have Luka. The AK-47 Karolinko comparison. I don't know where they got that from. Maybe because they're both white boys, Caucasian. I guess, or Caucasian. Excuse me. Because I don't see what defense. Nobody plays defense no more. Now, can he go get a block? Yes. Like I said, he's legit 6'10". He's a good player, but I don't see the hype. And then, but one thing I realized, when they want you to be something, they're going to make sure you're that. They need this to be great. Whoever they are. But we see what's going on. I've watched him play a couple times on TV. I've seen him once in person. I really wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed how everybody else is. But you see what they're doing. They show him looking decent against, the Olympic team. So now that makes the hype even more crazier. But yeah, they're definitely, the hype train is definitely behind Cooper Flagg. And it's bad because you made a great point. There's so many other young men that's good. That's just as good, maybe even better. I give you a name, Cam Scott. Big shout out Cam Scott, probably the best high school player in South Carolina. Just committed. First he committed to Texas, then he decommitted. Now he's staying home. This is his first year going to be playing in South Carolina. So that's a name I can give you that, is not getting all the hype like, a Cooper Flagg. And I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of other names out there. So, yeah, like I said, I watched him play, good player. But the difference between him and, let's say, a LeBron, let's say a Felipe, let's even say, what's my guy in Brooklyn? The point guard, Lincoln, Sebastian. A lot of those guys had hype, but it showed on the court. But a lot of these high school kids now, I don't know if they're breaking any records. I don't know if they're winning any state championships. I don't know if their high school records is immaculate. Like when you look at LeBron, Felipe, Sebastian, like those guys was superstars. Their games was televised, and they was winning titles for their high schools. I don't know what these young men and women are doing now, especially Cooper Flagg. I only see him, like you said, on social media. But when I did see him in person, I wasn't impressed. I'm sorry, I just wasn't.
And then what he did with the Olympics, it's like he's using all these moments to hype himself up. And we see this in all categories of entertainment. Hollywood, they pay who knows a buco amount of money to put you in a certain movie, to give you a certain look. They'll put Megan Thee Stallion in a movie because they know that's an A-list celebrity, according to them. Because I don't even know one hit Megan Thee Stallion song, but she's over there with she's on national TV during a presidential race, and that to me is like that's all money. It's all marketing. And in America, it feels like, yo, where are we gonna have the actual filtering of talent where we go, nah, old boy is impressed by these dudes. Like, this is legit. Why does it, like, we're on Instagram, it's so accessible, everything is so accessible. Why can't we have access to a system like that? And I'm not saying everything is perfect, because like I said, I mentioned Danny Manning, Christian Leighton, these guys. I'm like, that's what you guys hyping up? I never understood that. But for me, I just feel like, what is going on? Because what that was the other parts of the LeBron James Bronny thing. Y'all really utilize social media to get him $8 million with the Lakers, and it's like with Cooper Flagg, you know. I mean, I know it's not our fault. We're not the one signing them, but I mean, and that's the other side to this. So these NBA teams, what are you spending your money on? Like, how are you drafting these guys?
See, for me, and that was a great comparison, with the Bronny James thing. I have a problem with the hype, and these guys are not even dominating high school. When you bring up LeBron, Sebastian, Felipe, I'm just bringing up those guys, even a Lance Stevenson. Like, these guys 3-4 straight years, national titles, averaging 25, 30, icons in high school, dominating. However they pan out in the NBA, I'm just saying at that level, dominating. Cooper Flagg is not dominating high school. When you talk to a lot of people, yeah, they're going to say he's one of the best high school players, but he's not the best. So for me, same thing with Bronny James. The hype. But once again, when you go back to the tape, when you talk to the peers, when you talk to people that's not scared to voice their opinion and be honest, these guys are not dominating. So like you said, this is, and I've said this for a while, when social media is utilized right, it can change your life. And I'm not knocking them, but like you said, these GMs and these owners of these, franchises, these NBA teams, at the end of the day, what are you signing up for? Like, literally, what are you signing up for? And then just think about 4 or 5 years from now, what the money is going to be compared to today. When these contracts is $400-500 million contracts, and guys is not even all-stars, or you get into the playoffs or championship contention, let alone you're not even dominating high school or college. I give you another name, Zion Williamson. The hype was real. In high school, it was like men against boys. So for me, when I look at Cooper Flagg, when I look at Bronny, well, y'all better than Zion in high school? I'm not even going back to LeBron or the other guys. The last hype that lived up to it, Zion. And like I said, when you look at his high school highlights, when you look at him in Duke, even though he was injured, you can tell, oh yeah, he's different.
NBA ready.
Right. With Bronny, with Cooper, I don't see that. Nah, he different. I just don't see it. Now, it may take some time, but the hype, I don't get it. But definitely hype. Definitely.
It might get to a point where these scouts might get fired for mentioning Instagram when they talk about the players of these NBA teams.
Crazy, man.
Any kind of social media, which brings us to the second topic. Stephon Marbury, our guy. You just mentioned him.
Brooklyn,
New York City
Coney
legend.
Island. Yes, sir.
Woo. Just,
don't bite his tongue for nobody. Pause.
Oh man, and speaking of which, he killed LeBron James again with the GOAT debate.
Oh, and hold on. And just real quick, another high school superstar that had all the hype and lived up to it. So when we talk about high school superstars and hype, he was, when you talk about top 5, top 10 high school players with the hype, the star power, oh, he's up there. He's up there. So he has a right to feel and say whatever he want to say. I'm sorry, I just want to say that when we talk about the hype in high school players.
No doubt. So Stephon Marbury was destroying LeBron James' GOAT status. Is according to Brandon School B. Robinson. Stephon Marbury on GOAT debate. LeBron's a great player. Don't get me wrong. A great player. Unbelievable. Amazing. But better than Michael Jordan? It's not even the same. It's just different. In fact, It needs no explanation or explaining because we can't talk about Jordan's game. It's like we need to talk about what people are not. People want to rank Jordan. Jordan shouldn't even be ranked. It should be Kobe, then LeBron. And then you can pick guys after that. There's just no comparison, man. It's not the same. It's just different worlds, different mentalities. I don't know why Jordan's name is mentioned in the same conversation sometimes. I'll clear that up real quick. There's really no need to talk about that. I look up Marbury's also tweeted, I should say, Marbury also tweeted out like, he was fending off all of the LeBron fans because they came at him, and he was vehement, like, I don't care what you got to say about me. I'm from Coney Island. I speak my mind, like you said. I put Vaseline on. I ate like Vaseline on the internet 15 years ago. I've been doing this, so this is nothing to him. And shout out to Marbury, just like with not just like Carmelo, but someone who post career. When you listen to him talk, he sounds very enlightened and a lot different than when he was a kid, which I'm just glad about because a lot of people don't mature. I ain't throwing no shots at nobody else who's very close to home as far as that conversation is concerned. But we sticking about, talking about Marbury. This is a conversation, obviously, it's a lightning rod. Come on now. He played against Mike. Kobe's in his draft. He played against Kobe but at some point in time, maybe before high school or before the NBA. But this is a guy in this draft class, the best draft ever, and he's fighting for his guys. He's fighting for his 90s guys. What's your reaction to Marbury, saying whatever he said about the GOAT case, and of course, just the reaction from LeBron fans? What's your reaction in general to LeBron, Marbury coming out and dealing with all this?
Yeah, so I have no problem with Stephon Marbury says. He sounds like somebody I know. Listen, man, he's not on the LeBron train. He's not drinking the LeBron juice. My thing with LeBron fanatics, LeBron fans, right? Nobody ever says LeBron isn't great. Nobody says LeBron is not in a top 5 or a top 10. But how can LeBron be better than Jordan when he doesn't have more championships, more finals MVPs, or more MVPs? Miss me with he has the most assists, the most points. Nobody cared when Carmelo was second in points. Nobody cared when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was number 1 in points. How many people don't even refer to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when it comes to the GOAT conversation? He has more championships than LeBron, and at one time had the most points in NBA history. So for me, that's where the LeBron fans lose me. Once again, not saying he's not a great player, but how is he better than Mike? How? He does one thing better than Mike, and that's pass. But Mike has shown you when he wanted to, he was a great passer. He did the no looks and the behind the backs and all of that. So for me, I get where Marbury is going. Listen, man, when you get tired of people just putting things in your face, pause, it gets annoying. And Marbury, let's not act like in high school he just was as big as LeBron. Let's not forget that. Went to Georgia Tech and was legendary. Had a great NBA career. So I know how he feels. Like, yo, like, don't tell me I can't say nothing. I played at that level, and I played at the highest level. And he knows the game. And I 100% agree with him. LeBron James is not the GOAT. And once again, how does he surpass Kobe? How? See, I don't care how many points you score. It's one thing when it comes to the GOAT debate that matters, and it's championships. Let's not talk about the impact Kobe had on the basketball world, his peers. Way bigger than LeBron. LeBron has no impact. Like I said, when we talk about influential, now LeBron is a great basketball player, great businessman, on and off the court, spotless. But we're talking about basketball. Nobody loves Kobe Bryant more than Kobe Bryant fans. LeBron fans, there's not more than Kobe Bryant fans. So for me, listen, man, Marbury is not scared to speak up, and he's telling nothing but the truth. They are trying to force LeBron in your household to be the GOAT. Look what they did with the Olympics. I think Marbury said something about that. LeBron didn't deserve MVP. Steph Curry should have got that. Miss me with them games that didn't matter. The 2 games that mattered that we could have lost against Serbia, and then for the goal, Steph Curry was the best player on the court, but they give it to LeBron. Come on, man. The jig is up. Marbury sees it. I've been seeing it. I've been consistent for how long now? Once again, LeBron fans, we're not saying he's not great. We're not saying he's not top 5, top 10. If you want to have him top 3, but to say he's better than Michael Jordan and he's the GOAT, you have to explain that. Let's not forget, LeBron came straight out of high school. Mike played how many years in college? 3? 2 or 3?
Yeah. Thought it was 4. Yeah, I think it's 3.
You understand what I'm saying? Let's not forget he took time off, which was his own personal reason. But just think about 3 years in college, and let's just say, I'm going to say 2 years. He took off and then he baseball and all that, right? But let's just say, so just say 5 years. If Mike had 5 more years in the NBA, you don't think he would have had the most scoring points? You don't think he probably would have had 2 more titles? Like, let's talk real hypothetical. Come on, bro, it's not even close. Nobody wants to have that discussion, because if you have that discussion, LeBron is nowhere near. And then if we want to talk about rings, okay, people try to bring up that argument. Well, Robert Ory got 7. Okay, well, Derek Fisher got 5. Derek Fisher got more rings than LeBron. So your point is what? So I totally 100% agree with Stephon Marbury. When it comes to GOAT debates, Mike is up there by himself. Then it should be Kobe. And then now LeBron, he should be up there fighting with Kareem, Tim Duncan, Hakeem, Shaq, guys like that. Magic, so I totally agree with Stephon Marbury. LeBron is not the GOAT. And LeBron fans, y'all need to relax, because no one is not saying he's not great. He's one of the greatest players we've ever seen. He's just not the greatest. And he definitely didn't deserve MVP for the Olympics.
I think that was arguable. The MVP for the Olympics, just like the championship, the NBA championship, that was arguable between Tatum and Brown and whoever else. I didn't. But when it comes to the GOAT debate, Marbury has his reasons, and I think I did a post about why I think Brunson will have a better career than Paul George, and I compared it to Tom Brady, Dan Marino. How I feel about Dan Marino, but 1,000 years from now, when they talk about football, they're gonna have to bring up Tom Brady's name first. That's just how it is. That's just how it goes. Because the narrative is the narrative. Like he's a part of winning, and he participated in that. He didn't change. Maybe Marino should have changed teams, and maybe it's just what the gods wanted. And what the gods wanted with LeBron, they gave him all the ability in the world, which is what all the Michael Jordan haters now feel like they always point to, like, oh, LeBron could do everything better than Michael Jordan. Okay, well, that doesn't mean that he's doing it. That's my biggest issue with LeBron. He can pass better, but why does he hold on to the ball so much? We're watching Joker right now operate the way I thought LeBron should have always operated, which is get the ball moving. So all these abilities that he utilizes, he's the greatest scorer ever, right? Total wise. But we still wouldn't give him the ball with 5 seconds left in the game. Jordan is just more decisive. He's not leaving the ball in anybody's hand. He fulfilled his capabilities. It's all his potential.
We make a pick 5 guys. We give the ball with 5 seconds left in the game before LeBron James,
Joe Johnson, so
Kyrie Irving, Kobe, Mike,
even Durant, Carmelo. It's just because that's what they do, and they're not apologetic about it. And with LeBron, that's the other side to it. When you compare just skill wise, like, okay, if he's not a better scorer than Mike, we know that. You broke that down amazingly. Where if he played 4 or 5 extra years, of course, it's not even close. And then even the way he scored 30,000 points is insane. He did it in less games, less years. And it's not just about scoring for me. And for me, it's not about championships, because Mike could have easily not had a championship team. Like Jerry Krause was there. He got lucky. LeBron left, and that's a part of the legacy and career I'm talking about. 1,000 years from now, they are going to have to mention Michael Jordan and LeBron James. That's my thing about Kobe. I don't think you mentioned Kobe before LeBron and Michael Jordan because, bro, I'm doing a video now about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Look at the playoffs. So Michael Jordan had like he averaged 50% against in the playoffs against teams. Kobe only had a couple of series like that because he just physically he wasn't capable and he wasn't looking to pass. But he was still Kobe. I never try to take anything away from him because I don't think God designed his body to be on the level of Mike and LeBron James, especially for their specific eras. But we revere Kobe because of the God of will. I don't care what's in front of me. I'm going to go shoot. I don't care if there's 4 people in front of me. I'm gonna learn how to take this jump shot. And he was unapologetic about it. He wasn't scared to be the villain. I seen LeBron when he like against the Spurs the first championship. Everyone gave him a pass. I didn't give him a pass. I was hard on him the whole time. Like, no, bro, you can't show up like that. You're being compared to Mike. There is this level of like invincibility that's attached to Michael Jordan, and a part of it is yes, he played for the Bulls, but he chose to stay with the Bulls. Also, he didn't leave. LeBron left. You chose your own narrative, and I think you hone that in the most out of anybody, bro. You chose your own teams. What if Michael Jordan decided to choose his own team every season, and he chose 2 All-Stars, 2 All-NBA guys every season? I don't think, even if he loses, it's not going to be in the fashion that LeBron James lost. It just won't. He's not going down or anybody. He was still arguing with Jerry Stackhouse about being the primary player on the Washington Wizards. He's a lunatic.
Right. Yeah.
He's a lunatic. And I'm not saying that's a good quality either, because he shouldn't have been trying to get the ball over Jerry Stackhouse or anybody that was 25 years old back then.
Well, it's looking similar in La La Land with the Lakers. LeBron has that same mentality. Listen, no matter how good he looked, they're not winning like that. And I've been saying it. LeBron James with the Lakers right now is Michael Jordan with the Wizards. Yeah, LeBron might still be more athletic, but Mike was still giving people buckets, but they had no chance of winning. And LeBron will never give up. He will never give that up. Just like Jordan in Washington didn't want to give it up. Same thing.
And stay right there. You have the ability to do this at 40 years old and still play at a high level. I call you the third option. That it just is what it is. You were on the Olympic team. Were you the first option? Were you the second option? Were you the third option?
No matter what option you was at the Olympics, when it came down to it, you didn't take over. That little light-skinned kid over there in the Bay took over. And
I just feel like you think if Michael Jordan had the opportunity to be on that level at 40 years old.
Hold on. And I've been saying this. People laugh at me. When we talk LeBron, Jordan and Kobe shouldn't come up. Stephen Curry should come up. I'm going to say it again. When we talk LeBron, Stephen Curry should come up, not Kobe and Jordan. Simple and plain. He has somebody on his watch. I told you, when you're driving in the fast lane, I don't care what kind of car you got. When he looked to the side, it's somebody right there with him. When Mike looked to the side, nobody was in the same lane. LeBron has somebody in the same lane with him. And he's lucky Kevin Durant left Golden State, because then it would be 2 more cars side by side. Seriously. So, I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's the conversation people need to talk about. In LeBron's era, who was the best? Him or Curry? Not comparing him to Michael Jordan. Curry got 4 chips just like LeBron. Curry got 2 MVPs. He got a finals MVP. Just like LeBron break records, Curry's breaking records with the 3-point shot. Look at the impact on the game, on the world. We having a wrong discussion. It should be LeBron and Curry comparisons as far as who's the GOAT of their era.
And I think I veered too far off away from the Stephon Marbury thing, because I wanted to close it out after you did that, because that was amazing. That was a great cliffhanger. But bringing it back to Marbury, it's like, regardless of who you think is the best, I just love the fact that Marbury's willing to come on and be like, yo, I don't care who you are. Like, I always clutch media business, and we don't care, bro. We have our own opinion. And that's the other thing. You can say whatever you want. It was way more older people saying, I know you have John Sally out there and a lot of guys that whoever their goal is, their favorite 5 players. They were saying like they would never mention Michael Jordan their favorite 5 because remember they were kids growing up revering Walt Frazier and these guys in the 70s, and it's all good. But it was many of them that they were with the like, nah, we never seen nothing like Michael Jordan. There was too many things of we've never seen nothing like Michael Jordan, and that part about LeBron stopped after like 5 years. We ain't never seen nothing like Michael Jordan. We ain't never seen nothing like LeBron James. That was there for a while, straight out of high school, animal, but it stopped for some reason. It stopped for some reason, and it's. I think it's all on you.
Because on his watch, you got LeBron and Stephen Curry. When Clyde Drexler was compared to Mike shut that down. But he kept it real. Clyde, great player. But I felt disrespected. Also, I'm going to show y'all the difference. Come on, man. Come on. So for any of the older generation to the new generation, understand at a certain age. But if you 35, 40 plus, and you ain't got Mike in your top 5, you ain't got to have him as your goal. Big shout out to Dr. J, man. Great. But when he doesn't have Mike in his top 5, I don't care how much a person respects the game, how much old school you are. You come off as a hater and you're wrong. You can have everybody else in there. But if you do not have Mike in your top 5, and I'm going to say 40 plus, I'm not going to even say 35, 40 plus, you're a hater. I'm sorry. And it's not me being a Mike stand or none of that. You're a hater. That same thing like as if you're 30 and under. If you ain't got LeBron in your top 5, you're a hater. You're a hater. So, I'm going to end on this note for me. LeBron wears Jordans.
Listen, don't be a hater. And if you can help us cop some Jordans, click the link in the Cash App. We also have a link in the description for if you want to start a podcast, want to practice with your friends and do what we do right here. Click the link in the description. It also helps us out with our algorithms. It helps us understand our pull. It shows StreamYard and everybody else, hey, we're watching. We love these people. It's a little bit of way you can give back to us where it doesn't feel like you're going out of your way. That's all.
Man, hit that like button, share, subscribe, man. AllBall TV. We in the building.
You already know. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.